Hello student, all is well. I hope you all are enjoying study at home, doing your work systematically. Student, in this way of learning, you have observed that you all are doing the work in a systematic manner, following teachers' instructions, taking the guidance of parent. So students, today our chapter is also based on system and rules, and that is chapter 1 of civics, the Indian Constitution. Rules are a set of instructions and guidelines to help guide people's behavior. They are important to maintaining order and structure in society because they tell people what to do or what not to do. So let's start the chapter with the contents. So, we are going to learn in this chapter why do we need constitution and the key features of Indian Constitution. However, there are multiple features of constitution, but in this chapter we are going to learn 5 key features, and these are federalism, parliamentary form of government, separation of power, fundamental rights, and secularism. On the next slide, you can see preamble. The preamble to the Constitution is a brief introductory statement that set out guidelines which guide the people of the nation and to present the principle of the Constitution. It was adopted on 26 November 1949 by the Constituent Assembly and came into effect on 26 January 1950. The preamble is based on the objective which was drafted and moved in the Constituent Assembly by Jawaharlal Nehru on 13 December 1946. The preamble states that India is a socialist, secular, sovereign and democratic republic and freedom of its people. The Constitution put the welfare of its people first rather than the state. Students, today most of the countries in the world have a constitution, while all democratic countries are likely to have a constitution. It is not necessary that all countries that have a constitution are democratic. So here first I will explain you what is Indian Constitution or what do you mean by the constitution. The Constitution of India, Bharatiya Samvidhan, is the supreme law of India. The document lays down the framework demarcating fundamental political code, structure, procedure, power and duties of government institutions and set out fundamental rights, directive principle and the duties of citizens. So it is clear that the constitution of a country is a document which lays down certain basic rules that the citizen and the government have to follow. It determines the rights of citizen and defines the powers of legislature, executive and judiciary and regulates their relationship with each other and the citizen of the country. Now we will understand why does a country need a constitution. Students, we know that a country is usually made up of different communities of people who share certain beliefs but may not necessarily agree on all issues. A constitution helps serve as a set of rules and principles that all persons in a country can agree upon as the basis of the way in which they want the country to be governed. So constitution can also be defined as a set of rules and regulations according to which a country is governed. Constitution protects the right of the citizen irrespective of the caste, gender, religion, creed to which they belong. So it generates a large amount of trust among the people, and its limit the powers of the three organs of the government, that is legislature, executive and judiciary. It also restricts the abuse of power by those conduct governmental function. It specifies how the government will be formed and who will have the power to take different kinds of decision. Let us try and understand what do we mean by this through two contrasting situations in the recent history of Nepal. Nepal, a country that borders India on the north. Until recently, Nepal was a monarchy. The previous constitution of Nepal, which had been adopted in 1990, reflected the fact that the final authority rested with the king. People's movement in Nepal fought for several decades to establish democracy, and in 2006 they finally succeeded in putting an end to the powers of the king. The people had to write a new constitution to establish Nepal as democracy. In 2007, Nepal adopted an interim constitution. The reason that they did not want to continue with the previous constitution is because it did not reflect the ideals of the country that they want Nepal to be and that they have fought for. Nepal, by moving from a monarchy to a democratic government, need to change all its constitutive rules in order to usher in a new society. This is why the people of Nepal adopted a new constitution for the country in 2015. So it was all about the case study of Nepal. Second important purpose of a constitution is to define the nature of a country's political system. For example, Nepal earlier constitution stated that the country was to be ruled by the king and his council minister. In countries that have adopted a democratic form of government or polity, the constitution play a crucial role in laying out certain important guidelines that govern decision making within these societies. In a democracy, we choose our leaders so that they can exercise power responsibly on our behalf. However, there is also the possibility that these leaders might misuse their authority, and the Constitution usually provides safeguard against this.